Hey guys, it's Pete from MyJewelryBench.com. Today we've got another Rolex that has a little bit of an issue. Recently I did a full service on this watch, so it is running good. The one problem this watch has, if you listen very carefully, don't know if the camera's picking that up, there is a very, very loud rattle in this watch. And that is an indication of a problem that I found while I was servicing it. And today I'm going to show you what that problem is and how to fix it. Gloves. Kind of running out of these with this pandemic thing going around, so we're going to hope that we don't have to go through too many more of these. But here's the problem with this particular watch. Grab my tweezers here, and we are going to look at this winding weight. And if you notice, you can get it on camera. Get this stuff focus. Focus, focus, focus. Might be hard to see. Get my tweezers in here without doing any damage. Well, you can see this sucker's pretty loose. Look at it, just wobbles around here. What's wrong with this watch is this. The winding weight has a pinion in it, and that pinion has basically failed and worn out to the point where it no longer holds the winding weight in position in a stiff manner. So what we have is a replacement that I can't get out of the package. The replacement looks like this. Now this little part has to be put into the middle of the winding weight, so we're going to pull that winding weight out and get it all serviced. For this I'm going to grab my smallest screwdriver. I'm going to come over to the slide, and I'm going to slide this out, and then I should be able to gently lift the winding weight out of the automatic winding system, just like so. Now I'm going to show you this. This is the before. If we can get this to focus, I'll get some pictures with a good camera. But the center of this right here has been worn down so much that it no longer sits into the winding jewel or the wheel jewel. So what we're going to have to do is take this little bit out, and it is a pressure fit piece. So we're going to gently pop this part out, put the new one in, stamp it so that it's in tight place, and then we are going to put this back together and get this all working. For this we're going to have to use our staking set. And if you don't remember how to use a staking set, we're going to go through that a little bit today. Let's get started on that. Okay guys, so this is a stake right here. The stake set itself consists of hundreds of these little punches, as well as the stake set and some blanks that fit into the large hole here. To do this repair, what we have to do is we have to, I'm just going to grab my screwdriver here, we have to center this pin. The pin goes through the weight, comes out this side, but this is the cap of the pin. What we want to do is we want to center that above a hole that we know this will fit into. It's this one right there. So what I do basically to make sure that my stake is aligned correctly, I'm going to put this down and put a punch through it just like that. This is a center punch. And then I'm going to tighten, using the wheel here, I'm going to tighten up the stake wheel so this doesn't turn. Once that's done, I can place the weight onto my stake set just like so. I'm going to take a flat punch, and this is a flat punch here. I'm going to put that onto the stake set and come down onto about the center of the stake, just like so. Using a watchmaker's brass hammer, ta-da, we are going to tap gently on the top of the stake. So I'm going to zoom out here a little bit more and just give you guys an idea of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm about like that. I'm going to get this over here, and now I'm just going to gently tap this And we're going to hope that that was put in correctly and it just taps out. And it did. If I lift up my stake, I'll grab my tweezers here and show you that the old center pin on the weight has now been removed from the weight itself. So we have a hole here. That's pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our stake, and we are going to grab the new piece. We want to make sure we don't confuse our old piece with our new piece. So I'm going to put the new piece right there. I'm going to loosen this up and go over to the flat side because I want my stake to be bedded on the flat surface right about like so. I'm going to use my tweezers. Let me zoom in here. I'm going to use my tweezers and just lay that on a flat surface, just like so. And what I want to do is I want to find a whole stake that will go over this without doing any damage. And I am going to use a tapered hole punch. So a tapered hole punch looks like that. And I can come down here and just make sure that there's not much play in that. And this is the hard part because it is a small item, so I want to get it aligned correctly. There it is, it's aligned correctly. And now I'm going to come down, I'm going to give this a little test. Just like so. So now my stake, hopefully, okay, let me pull up on that. And you can see, if I get this focused very good here, when I put this stake down, it's going to go over that pin and encompass the perimeter of the new piece. Now with that being held in, I'm going to use my hammer and I'm going to tap onto the new piece, and then I'm just going to give this a quick tap to see if it pops out. It's not popping out. I'm going to look at it under the microscope, and it is seated correctly. That, if I can get this to focus again. That is how we change that particular piece. Now with that new piece in place, I should be able to put this back in the watch, put the pin lock back in place, and this should wind without wobbling very badly. So I'm going to grab a couple photographs of this just so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, we had a very worn part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this back into the watch. Just going to kind of rotate it around until it seats correctly. Once it's seated, I can take the pin lock and push this, take the pin lock there and push this back into place. Just like so. And now There's no more wiggle. And that, my friends, is how we change the winding weight stem, or the pinion on that. Okay guys, so that's pretty much how we change that little piece. To give you an idea, that replacement part, a generic replacement part for that, is about cost $15. I would charge $75 to put that in, and that would include the part, so you know. If you had to replace the entire weight, which would be the weight with the new pin, if you can get one for that particular model, if you're not a dealer, you're probably looking at a couple $100. So they will charge you a lot, and then of course they're going to tell you need a full service, which this watch has had a full service, so I know that's done, but normally just replacing that particular piece is a $75 repair on the retail end of the market. The wholesale end is a lot different, so just keep that in mind. I hope that helped. That's a good way to save some money on doing a repair. You don't have to change the entire weight, as most people think. You could just change those little pieces, and that works just about every time. I've never had one come loose that I've done, so I'm pretty happy with that. And if it ever does come loose, you can re-tap it back into place or laser weld it. I hope that helps, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel, because every time you watch a video, I make about half a penny, and that helps to support my channel, and I appreciate all the views you guys give me. If you can, share it on social media, because the sharing helps my channel grow also. Have a great day, and stay safe, guys.